Hi, I'm Dave Pendleton of Trelleborg Marine Systems UK.
This webinar is the third in a series of 4. While it can be viewed as a standalone film, it is better if you're able to watch it in sequence with the rest. The previous webinars can be viewed from the Trelleborg Marine Systems YouTube account. If you're still here, let's get on. The Barometer Report is an annual survey that Trelleborg undertake with hundreds of industry stakeholders. One of the findings coming out of this report was that the vast majority of recipients were anticipating increased budgets. Previously, we have discussed the need to use these budgets strategically, highlighting the role that suppliers can play in helping facilities operators do this. In this webinar, we'll discuss the support that suppliers should and can offer in more detail, looking at ways to make suppliers accountable to your operation. In truth, by specifying service. What we're seeing clearly is that the industry isn't placing enough importance on maintenance. The Barometer Report revealed 31% of respondents thought the current market offering for product maintenance training as poor, while 33% rate the current market offering in support for ongoing maintenance also as poor. Clearly, for some there is a gap between how equipment is sold and how it is supported. But why is this? Even as far back as 2010, when the first Barometer Report was conducted, we found the market was willing to pay for preventive maintenance. However, at that time, 37% of operators felt maintenance levels had decreased as a result of budget pressures. 60% of contractors and 51% of consultants also agreed. With investment opportunities returning now is the time to start taking service into serious consideration when specifying equipment for your own applications. Maintenance and service support should be key considerations when designing any equipment or application specification, as it represents a real opportunity to optimize value over the long term. Ensuring that service capability and agreements are taken into consideration as part of supply contracts with the end user gives all stakeholders, ship owners, port owners, operators, contractors and consultants, an opportunity to thoroughly understand their OEM. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about why that's important and discuss what you should look for from OEMs to ensure that they can and do offer levels of service required best to maintain your own mission-critical equipment. Because OEMs control the design, manufacture and installation of their products, they are ideally placed to provide value-added service packages. General maintenance companies do of course offer manpower and tools, but specific product knowledge and application expertise is unique to OEMs. And facility owners and operators as well as consultants can and should capitalize on this when specifying equipment. Products and maintenance packages should come hand in hand. Service should become a key consideration in specifications. Building service in formally will allow the industry as a whole to evolve and become more sophisticated, enjoying less downtime and being more productive overall. However, with little to no industry standards and regulations in place to govern the inspection and maintenance of equipment, the onus is on the OEMs to provide guidance. At Trelleborg, we place a huge emphasis on the quality of design, manufacture, testing and critically, after-sales support. The service we offer is unique to each technology and product area, but common across our entire portfolio are the principles and considerations we will discuss in this webinar. One change that we perceive to be critical is the need to involve operational staff in specification. As the people using the products day to day, operators should be consulted when it comes to a new project. This doesn't happen sufficiently at the moment and is a key area in which the industry needs to improve. At the specification stage, it is essential to understand how the equipment is to be used practically and its performance in the field to be assessed. Operational staff should also be consulted to understand the support they need. What would make their lives easier? What kind of support would be of most value? Where can efficiencies be gleaned? This information should be fed back into the specification stage so that more than just product numbers or performance characteristics are specified, so that a training program and maintenance schedule can be designed that optimizes performance over the life of the project, very specifically for that facility. There are a number of facets to service to be considered over the product life cycle, and OEMs should be accountable for long-term product performance to avoid specifications that are filled purely based on budgetary decisions. The life cycle stages of service can be broadly split into design, testing, training, documentation, inspections and maintenance, spares and inventory, And finally, respecification. Test the track record of the design. At the purchase stage, ask the OEM what the normal service life is, not only for that specific product, but in the specific environment and application in which it will be used. Know what to expect. How many do they have deployed in the field, and what issues, if any, should you expect? They should be able to give you a program tailored to your project. OEMs must be able to support from the earliest stages with detailed technical knowledge and design engineering expertise. This is critical to getting project-specific solutions that precisely meet the needs of your application. In terms of testing, you should be able to witness test at your OEM's facility. If your OEM doesn't offer totally transparent testing, that should raise a red flag. For Fenders, this means you should expect materials testing before and after production, and ask for full-scale testing on the final product. For quick release hooks, again, you should be able to witness test at your OEM's facility. In-life testing is also critical. Take the LNG industry, for example. SIGTO guidelines recommend testing of all transfer systems, including the ship-shore link, 24 hours on both ship and terminal before berthing. Ensuring that process operators are trained to be able to carry out relevant in-service testing is also critical. In fact, a big part of OEM service should revolve around training. Training is essential so operators have the knowledge to review service and maintenance work carried out by third parties. Although it's not common practice, in recent years we've seen port and terminal operators show more interest in this area, and we've seen consultants start to influence owners and operators to engage in inspection and maintenance. That's exciting. It shows that emphasis on proper training programs and shared best practice is starting to build momentum. Training should be tailored to the needs of the individual facility, application, regulatory guidelines and product. Taking the example of the LNG industry again, we offer both system maintenance and system operations training for our ship-shore link products. The objectives of the training programs are to provide operators with the knowledge necessary to operate and maintain the ship-shore link system in accordance with EN 1473 and best practice. Manufacturer guidelines should be comprehensive and thorough, and OEMs should offer optimized packages for individual projects. Documentation and compliance certification are especially critical at the point of handoff between contractor and owner. We suggest that at the FAT stage, the owner get involved in order to fully understand the performance of the system and the implications of the test certificates. A proactive inspection and maintenance program is critical. It is the most important factor in preempting failure, minimizing downtime, maximizing equipment lifespan, and optimizing performance and inventory. Your OEM should offer operational training so that your staff can carry out comprehensive first-line inspections and maintenance themselves. But they should also offer their own on-site services at intervals based on an inspection agreed with you, one that works precisely to the needs of your facility. Following inspection, you should receive a comprehensive report. This report should detail the performance of each system, any concerns that may have arisen, and guidelines for ongoing business-as-usual maintenance too. From the beginning of operations, it should be clear what is in scope of the service contract, the frequency of servicing, what kind of service you will receive, and what will be included in your service report, and if any problems are found, how the OEM will act to rectify them. For our global docking and mooring after-sales service, we've developed 4 levels of maintenance program to meet the needs of different customers. Level 4 is completely tailored to the needs of the facility and designed to complement an operator's own maintenance resources. For our ship-shore link service in the LNG industry, we work with vessel owners around their dry dock and berthing schedules, and terminal operators around terminal shutdown for service engineer visits and training. We lend our expertise to care for the specialised mooring subsystems and provide key technical input into those systems, whilst focusing on essential preventive maintenance. At the other end of the scale, where on-site resource is sufficient, we simply offer a spare part inventory service. For mission-critical systems such as our ship-shore link, we work with the clients to carry out regular spares audits to ensure priority spares are always kept at the correct level at the facility. Whether stock holding equipment on site or at a local OEM site, immediate availability and dispatch is essential to optimize uptime at the facility. Having fast access to spares as and when they are needed is critical to effectively manage inventory. By inspecting and maintaining equipment through a proactive schedule program, You will be better informed in terms of knowing what to look for to ensure optimum performance. This should feed into the re-specification and inform decisions such as whether you can replace like for like, or whether there are new alternatives available that would be more appropriate or improve performance for your facility. Your OEM should understand your needs, how they have evolved since initial supply, and implement refinements that will improve performance going forward. Of course, many aspects of port infrastructure in hazardous areas are strictly regulated to ensure safe and efficient operation. Rightly so, and it's worth considering that in this case further complexity is introduced into the service package. OEMs that can advise according to specific project needs, region by region, are essential. We've already examined how proactive maintenance can preempt failure, minimize downtime, and maximize equipment lifespan. In hazardous environments, it's even more important as components can deteriorate quickly. Adherence to industry standards is also critical and can only be achieved through a planned maintenance program. This becomes even more important in the oil and gas industry, where safety is paramount and downtime is at a premium. Again, the principles of preventive maintenance, the rationale and reasons for investing in it, remain the same, but there is the added consideration of adhering to SIGTO guidelines and ISO 28460 for LNG berths, as well as the OCIMF and SIGTO's jetty maintenance manual. At some sites, the importance of the device in their daily operations may dictate the emphasis given to the maintenance schedule. At others, the schedule is limited to retrieval and repair on failure, where downtime can be tolerated. For oil and gas transfer packages, where time really is money, Trelleborg already offer a 24/7 response as part of our service package for shipshore link systems through our global network of experienced technicians. This is critical. The more time-sensitive the application, the more responsive and effective the service package should be. In such situations, OEMs should offer immediate mobilization of engineers in case of failure. With downtime at such a premium, every second counts. Again, OEMs should be held accountable for their products long after installation. A responsible OEM will always ensure effective service support is in place to support their clients. Warranties should be offered as standard, and an agreed proactive maintenance program should extend them by means of a suitable service agreement to ensure the product life cycle is optimized. Whilst at the specification stage, facility owners don't tend to deal with OEMs, there is a danger in this, and the market needs to work to address this gap. Owners and operators are ultimately the people that will rely on the service offering of the OEMs most heavily, and even before the project is handed over to the owner, the lines of communication should be open. Trelleborg Marine Systems offers comprehensive training and maintenance programs that can be customized to the needs of the application, personnel, and equipment involved. As well as operational and maintenance training when the product is supplied, we offer ongoing training over the life cycle of the product. This is important because turnover of experienced staff means that training of new staff is most valuable when led by the vendors. By its very nature, the marine environment is tough. By applying a philosophy of preventive maintenance across all our product areas, by ensuring that proactive support is available, the need for emergency support is minimized. With that said, we realize that sometimes incidents do occur, and if that is the case, we will be on hand as soon as customers need us. We build our offering to fit your application. The more mission critical, the higher the service level agreement. And although we're a global company, we believe in feet on the ground, local support, so there will always be someone available in your time zone, speaking your language, to support you as and when required. As facilities evolve and equipment becomes smarter, there is an opportunity for maintenance and service schedules to become even more advanced, with monitoring software able to report back to decision makers. For example, Fender load monitoring systems that can track number of compressions or high impacts, and docking aid systems that can track speed of approach and inform operators of a vessel as it comes into berth. Shipshore links that can monitor every ESD event of every ship and terminal, and over the years compile records that can be used to inform strategic purchasing. In the next webinar in the series, we'll be discussing the evolution of automation in more detail and how smart equipment could reduce the human factor to make specification, product selection, in-life service and ongoing maintenance more informed and efficient than ever. Thank you for watching.